Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. I want to start this off by just saying thank you and congrats, honestly, to Patrick Robinson. Retired from the Saints today. Kind of came out of the blue, but first round draft pick. I believe it was the year after we won the Super Bowl, so be the 2010 draft. He stayed with us until 2014, left, won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, and then came back to the team in 2018, and it's been there ever since. But retired today. Sean Payton said him and Patrick Robinson talked for about 30 minutes about it, things like that. It seemed like he was happy with the decision, and I just wish him luck to whatever he has going on next and things like that. He was 33, so he was getting up there in age, obviously. Maybe things weren't going as well for him, or maybe he just, didn't have that passion, that he once had when he was a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, coming out of high school and things like that. So, like I said, man, thanks to him, congrats to him. Once a Saint, always a Saint, unless you wear number 87. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. And let's just get right into it. What does this mean for our cornerbacks? Right now, it's sketchy. It's sketchy out there, especially with that Marshawn Lattimore suspension looming. I mean, if the roster doesn't change, then we're looking at Ken Crawley and Paulson Adebo starting tandem. Man, I know we all here, worried about Michael Thomas and this and that, the quarterbacks and everything, which I understand. But if Ken Crawley and Paulson Adebo are our opening day corners against a pissed off Aaron Rodgers and a Devontae Adams that feels like he should be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, so he's looking for a $100 million plus deal. Either one of those corners have to deal with that. We're going to be in a lot of trouble right there. Not going to lie. It's going to be in a lot of trouble. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that does. Bryce Thompson, the undrafted free agent from Tennessee, according to the reports, has been looking, pretty decent out there. Also don't want to see him starting. But that may have opened up a roster spot for him because basically everybody had Patrick Robinson pinned in as the third or fourth corner, at worst. So that's going to open up a roster spot for somebody. Sean Payton did say that cornerback is still a must. Still a must. I know Xavier Howard restructured his deal, so he's happy in Miami now. But Sean Payton did say cornerback is a must. So I don't know if we're going to be looking for trade, looking through free agency still and looking for a guy. But we'll see where that lands. I honestly think we should go, to the trade market. Don't really see a corner out there that I'm like, super, super high on that's probably going to need to come in and play. So if guys that can come in and play, they're probably, on the team already. So my preferred, choice of route. Choice of route, that don't even make sense. But my preferred choice is to look through, through trade and things like that. Also, I want to talk about Juwan Johnson. Last year played receiver. I was highly critical of him at receiver. But by all means, he's been killing it at tight end. He's looking like he's going to be tight end too. Kind of a lot of receiving, type situations. So that's going to be good. Him and Troutman, they both been pretty, looking pretty good. I think we're going to kind of share snaps with them because maybe, neither of them are ready for, every down snaps at tight end. But he's been looking good. He's a guy that I didn't think was going to make that jump, quick enough to play tight end. But by all reports and all, things, he's been looking real, real good at tight end. Also, can't forget, we signed Brett Meyer, the kicker. I listed him as a guy we probably went after just because I know Sean Payton and he likes the kickers with big legs and things like that. So, They signed him. His career long is like 63, but he's inaccurate at times, 75%. That's not too good there. But like I said previously, we'll see where it goes, man. He's gonna have some preseason games to get under his belt, and then we'll see. Sean Payton also did mention that they will have meetings tonight to kind of go over rotations and things like that, which means we're getting closer to an unofficial depth chart, or maybe week one depth chart in the preseason. So I know everybody can't wait to go crazy. They're going to go straight to the quarterback position and be like, who's starting? And they're going to just, why is he starting? Why? I already know how that's going to end bad. Saints Twitter is a wild place. If If you have a Twitter, you can follow this channel on Twitter at The Boot Tragedies. Obviously, no spaces in there in that @ name, but spelled exactly how it is right here. Yeah, man, that'll basically, wrap up the Saints. I'm just so ready for game week. Actually, that can't wrap up the Saints because we have a game this week. Definitely ready for this game this week. I'm hoping that the Ravens play their starters a decent amount. I don't know if they will. I don't know what they're gonna do, but hopefully we can get a couple drives out there. I would like to see our defense against Lattimore and against their offensive line. I would also like to see our offense against their defense. More so, our offense against their defense. I want to see Marquez Callaway against like a Marlon Humphrey and things like that. So we'll see, man. That's a real good defense over there. That's a real good offense over there as well. So it'll be a good test, if we play more than one drive. I don't want to see a 3 and out and then starters are just sitting down, things like that. But yeah, man, I'm very interested to see Juwan Johnson in preseason, Troutman in preseason, Davenport, Peyton Turner, the usual suspects and things like that. I also want to see what we do on the defensive line. Who's going to play that other D tackle position, or really both D tackle positions and things like that. I did see that Peyton Turner and Marcus Davenport were, trading snaps with the ones at practice, which I expect, but Marcus Davenport is definitely going to start, over Peyton Turner. So that's nothing to worry about or debate. So, man, that actually will wrap up the Saints. And, man, like I said, I can't wait. I'm just ready to get back to the film, honestly. I love talking to y'all, things like that, but I'm ready to turn on that film, watch the game, and let's see what we got going on. Pekls won't be too long, won't be anything crazy, but Pekls played their first Summer League game, and, man, as much as I've been critical of David Griffin, I think we got one. Trey Murphy, kid, the wing from Virginia, about 6'8", 6'9". He plays long, looked long out there. Arms are like super, super long. So he's going to be a real good defender in this league. He's a real, real good shooter in college. And what do you know? His first Summer League game, 26 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, that's an excellent debut for your first round pick right there. Shot 6 for 9 from the 3-point line. A lot of catch and shoot, in rhythm and things like that. You're going to need a guy like that, especially with Zion on the team. He's going to draw a double team. If you can kick the ball out to a guy that shoots 6 for 9 from 3, I mean, don't get any better than that. Obviously, he won't, keep that pace up for, an entirety of Summer League and things like that, but it's still a good showing. It's evident that he can knock down the 3. That's why he was drafted. Went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. You also like to see that. And he's a real good defender. So, good first game from him. Looking to see, what he do as Summer League progresses. Couple more games out there and things like that. And the other guy I want to touch on for the Pelicans was Kyle Lewis because, I mean, he's looking like he'll be the 6-man / backup point guard or maybe starter. I don't know what they're going to do because Devontae Graham contract kind of threw me in a loop because I was expecting him to, get a little bit more money. But $47 million, that doesn't just, guarantee, him as a starter. I would assume he's going to start, but you just never know what really Green wants to do. Maybe he wants to start Kyra next to Zion and have Graham, run the second unit and things like that. But I'll get on a limb and pretty educated guess that say Kyle Lewis is probably going to be the backup point guard. Well, honestly, he has to be the backup point guard just because his shooting ability isn't, where it needs to be to start with Zion. You're going to need shooters out there with him, so starting, Kyra wouldn't be the best bet. I think NAW is probably going to start at the 2 or Garrett Temple, but that's way down the line. We'll get there when we get there. And Kyra also, he went 0 for 4 from 3, which is kind of my point of him coming off the bench and not really being on the court with Zion at the same time. It's not much, but it's still a very, very good showing for the first game from the Pels and things like that. I mean, that'll wrap up, this episode right here. Saints and Pelicans, all I had today for you. But as I mentioned earlier, it is game week. It is Summer League week. It's going to be a big week, for the channel. Can't wait to get some more content out there. Hopefully the NFL fixes their BS, with their film so I can get back on that. Because obviously that's what a lot of y'all like to see. And that's what I like doing the most anyway. So I'll definitely be trying to, get back to that soon. And if y'all have any ideas or anything y'all want me to do for game week regarding the Saints, because 95 to 90% of y'all are here for the Saints, which doesn't bother me. Saints are my favorite team, in the world, any sport. So I'm always willing to do anything Saints related. If Anybody want me to join, their channel, join this channel, things like that, just hit me up. We can talk about some things. Thank y'all for tuning in to Boot Tragedies. I'm out.